question when they're talking about sport, still very relevant and gets lucky. The problem is the teacher has a little knowledge about the sport, about the singer, and so on and so on. Yeah, that's their complaint. Another one is learning English, British Council, or the same thing. So basically, it's a book, answer keys, exercises in the form of digital. That's it. And thousands of them out there. You need internet connection. People really love the internet because provide variety of educational topics. The topics, there are so many topics compared if you have a traditional one. Then followed by short quiz, very quickly. Then show the result immediately. Then the students, when they do that, they got the feedback right away, and they got more effort to do more. And people said that responses, great, and so on and so on, will stimulate the students to work harder, or the other extreme, give up. In that area. That will not or difficult when you have books and answer keys and so on. So here we're dealing with self-directed learning. Should be highly motivated. Kalau yang malas-malasan ya muridnya ya nggak cocok tentunya. Autonomous learner and also online learning. Ready-made. It's available for free. Now, my own question, no need to be answered. How do teachers in Indonesian context utilize these teaching resources? Maybe they are too busy with the peraturan pemerintah, the curriculum set up by the government, and so on and so on. Maybe they need to look at global resources like this as a comparison. Which material is not suitable for us? We don't need to download or use it, and so on and so on. This is my question again. Are these teaching resources explored by lecturers? I'm not teaching a FKIP. I'm teaching a general English, critical to engineers. So I don't have any English department. So I'm questioning this to, if you have FKIP, lecturers looking at this or not, so that they update their knowledge and also challenge the students. Questions? Bit.ly Singaraja 01, then we go to the beach. Now, some authoring tools. I'm going to, there are many authoring tools. This is the tools that we use a lot. There are some more, just to give you illustration. Claire mentioned this is very old, hot potatoes. I learned that, I don't know, 20 years ago, and so on, still relevant. And that's still relevant, useful. If you don't have internet connection, you can create your own and so on. It's not very easy, very easy. From Victoria Uni, I think. Another one, Kahoot. Anyone familiar with Kahoot? Yes. Yeah. Don't use it too much. Because that's just motivate the student. That's a game to motivate at the beginning of the class or at the end of the class. Yeah. If you use that too much, then they're just happy not learning anything. Yeah. But one of the teacher in Bandung, they said, my student got addicted, Pak. What should I do? I said, no, you have to have schedule. Not every day with Kahoot. You know, maybe once in a month or once in 2 months. That's enough to give them motivation. Edpuzzle? Anyone familiar with Edpuzzle? Edpuzzle is, in the past we use video. We use paper, and so on. This one is create your own exercise from YouTube, from I think National Geographic, from TED.com. Yeah, so there are many resources. So you take that, then you create the question. For example, you have 5 minutes video, and minute 1 you can ask questions. Before the student answer the question, they cannot move on. Just to make sure that everyone really works. Can be done inside the class, can be done outside the class, or as a homework. Then the teacher will got the record. How many times they try, how long they spend on that, and the result and with the statistic. It's very useful and it's free. That was all the goal. Online quiz creator. This is helping the teachers who got limited programming. Basically, you go to the website, type the question and give the answer, the option. So you create your own exercises online so that you can put it in a blog or school learning management system. So that's authoring tool. Again, but still, self-directed learning, autonomous learner, online learning, but personalized by the teacher. Kalau nggak mau repot, yang pertama tadi, if you want a bit more effort, customize that for your student, I will recommend authoring. That's a lot better. Again, my question, how do teachers in Indonesia utilize this authoring tools? And the lecturers explore about that. How should be done in the context of Bali, for instance. On the context of Jakarta, it will be different. But again, I'm not involved in that area. I'm just questioning. Some creation tools for thinking skills. This is a little bit hard because most of the teachers, they love doing it, but forget that they are an English teacher. So they create something very beautiful video and so on, but they forget it. Oh, good poster, good graphic, and so on and so on. Yeah, the kids really like it, but again, look at the function of that. Padlet.com. Anyone familiar with Padlet? Yeah, Padlet now is no longer free. You've got only three wall. In this wall, the magic wall, that's why I use the question if you type in, that will be in Padlet. In the wall, you can put anything, text, voice, or video. Anyone, if they know the address, can post anything. So it's good for discussion, it's good for questions, it's good for homework, and so on and so on. Yeah, it's the function is magic wall. Then that will become useful. The teacher should think very carefully. What should I do with this? What do I want to teach? The critical thinking, the fluency. For example, in the SMP in Bandung, students go out, take pictures about agree or disagree. Then they put it on the wall. Then they write their sentences. I disagree because, so the picture is not from the teacher, the picture is from the students. And then they write comment. Another one, they take pictures from the facilities of the school, and then they put it there. Another group write a question, 10 questions about the picture. Then the group who took that picture, they have to write a paragraph by answering the questions. So it's utilize that with a lot of preparation and think about that. Yeah, this is Padlet. Timeline. That's similar with timeline. Here is an online timeline plan before writing. So you can put short description with pictures, short description with pictures according to the timeline before they write their essay. So it's a little bit like mind mapping in a lot of ways. I do this a lot for my students, engineering students, before they write about process, when they describe something. Look at the logic before they start writing their essay. Give it to me in your timeline so that I know the sequence. When the sequence, okay, they have to present it orally based on the timeline. Then they work after they get input from other students. Again, it's free. Canva. Anyone familiar with Canva? Yeah. Do you like it? Yeah. If not, that's okay. Canva is very good for posting status in Facebook, in Instagram, and a lot of things. Basically, creating posters in many forms. But then, how do you use that in the classroom? That's another matter. Do you want to use it in the classroom or outside the classroom? So in instruction of the teacher is become crucial. Yeah, it's involving not just repeating, not just reproducing, but a lot of things in it. Anyone familiar with screencast? Screencasting? Yes? Raise your hand. Yes. If yes, then I will say 2 sentences. If no, I'll say 15 sentences. Okay. Screencast. Screencast is basically everything on your screen can be captured. One click, become a video. So if you have animation, you can input voice. If you have a text, you can input voice, and so on, and then one click, become a video. For the teacher like me, I use this for giving feedback to my students. They send the writing, I open it, and then I read, your first sentence is very good, your second sentence doesn't make any sense, the third sentence completely wrong. How should I mark? Question, then record, become a video. From that video, I uploaded it in YouTube, and then I emailed the group. I give you feedback here. So they got the feedback about the writing, and the student like it. They understand compared to when I give them a mark and a circle and a question mark on their papers. I think it's good if you have anak bimbingan tugas akhir, rather than you are giving a lot of comment and the student will not read it anyway, coming back to you with the same draft. Maybe this one will help. Try it, it's free. Yeah, you've got 15 minutes free. If you go pro, it will last longer. Yeah. So I use it that, and I use for my speaking class. I ask my students to sell themselves in 5 minutes talk before they apply for a job, things like that. Yeah. So we are language teacher. The student want to learn English with authoring tools. That's okay, but with the thinking, like Canva, screencast, and so on, then chunking activities, very important. The instruction you have to build up carefully. Giving room to students to think, to collaborate and practice before they produce something. Yeah, that's become the key for this one. You have questions? The Sunset Singaraja 01. Nggak ada hubungannya sama Pak Jokowi. Now, this one is the steps that I'm working on with a friend of mine. When we play with Canva, when we play with screencast-o-matic, anything artistic to produce something at the end, identify opportunities about the issue. Then I go to design, then prototype, get feedback, and then they create the video at the end. So here, for example, recurring lesson. What's this video? When they create a poster about against plastic bag, for example, I have to show the video right here. What's the issues? Has to be discussed inside the classroom. That's where the English comes. Design, brainstorm ideas in the group, brainstorm ideas in the classroom, and so on. Yeah. Then we get input. What I want, what we have to pay attention, and so on. What's the audience, and so on and so on. We have to talk about that before they creating the video. So they need a clear guide. Jangan buat video cara membuat Superman dilepas gitu ya. They will not learn English. Sorry, Claire. Prototype. Before they produce the video, I ask them to prototype their poster without digital, so on paper. Then they should be able to retell to another group, selling their ideas to get input. So that's come speaking there to get feedback there. After this is complete, then I will say, okay, now create your poster using Canva. Create your video using screencast. But I want to create with another software file. But I want to create with a more complex software. That's fine. Yeah. So that's the product. Present the final digital poster or video or whatever using any tools. Yeah. But these steps is very, very important. That's the role of the English teacher there. But do not trust me. Okay, now I'm moving on artificial intelligence. A little bit tricky this one. This is started with photo math, actually, mathematics. There is an app in your Android. If you take a picture of a math problem, then there will be a steps given and the answer. Anak-anak Bandung sudah tahu, tapi the students knows but not the teacher. So when they got homework, they got it 100% correct. And then I found out this by accident actually. And then I met a friend of my son. I said, "You're very good at math. I heard from the teacher." I said, No. I got a smartphone. Very good in math. I don't need, I get a best friend. So they show me how to do that. That's why I learned. Then I talked to a professor teaching mathematics. They said scimath.com is also free. So you put any problem, then you got the steps and you got the answer. And then on the right hand corner, there is an explanation when this formula is used for blah 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 blah, so there's knowledge there. Another crazy one is integral-calculator.com. Any integral that you put it there so complex, they can solve it in less than 5 minutes. With the picture, with the graph, with anything. I talked to my professor from Malang, Prof, how long do you solve this integral problem? And I said,